What is up, fam? Welcome back to another haunted adventure. Guys, today we are in Concord, Massachusetts. This is where the American Revolutionary War started. And a half a mile away from here is where the actual shot that was heard around the world happened. Tonight we're sitting at the Concord Colonial Inn right here, guys, which is amazing. Now, this used to be a field hospital. My friends Lou and Lucid Rock, who are here with me, they stayed here once before in the actual morgue. And right above their room, they kept hearing so much crazy stuff throughout the night, and nobody was in that room. Turns out that was the most haunted room in this entire place. Guess where we're staying tonight? I'm gonna take you around here, around Concord, because not only do we have the bridge where the shot was heard around the world, but we also have Sleepy Hollow Cemetery, which is right next to that bridge. I got a lot to show you. This is gonna be a fun adventure. I hope you guys are ready. If you're not already following me on Instagram and Twitter, make sure you do, guys. I am so close to 100,000 on Instagram, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that has been a part of that. And if you're not a part of it, well, become part of it and follow me on Instagram. But right now, guys, we're getting ready. I'm gonna go take you inside. Let's go. All right, Colonial Inn. Now, it has been a very long night, guys. As you can probably tell, the sun is actually getting ready to come up here in about 15-20 minutes. We filmed all night long. As a matter of fact, I already put out the video, or I'm assuming I already put out the video, where Lou and I found this abandoned asylum, which was super crazy. Make sure you check that video out. I'll put the link up here if you haven't already. But I imagine things are starting to happen here. I kind of waited a little bit too long. I've been charging my phone here for a couple of hours, and I wanted to take you guys around here because this is a very cool, unique hotel. The foundation on which we're standing right now was actually built in 1716, which is amazing. Now, it has, there has been new buildings that have been built on top of here. As a matter of fact, in 1775, they actually used this as an arms and ammunition depot. Later on, throughout the American Revolutionary War, which lasted about 8 years, they did use this as a field hospital as well. So many people died right here in this area, and of course, medical services were needed desperately. I believe that this is one of the most haunted areas here in the entire state of Massachusetts. What I really enjoy and what I can really appreciate is the people that run this inn here. They embrace the haunted aspect of it, and I really enjoy that when places don't try to hide from the history, whether it's good or bad history. I mean, that's why we tell history, so it gets told. This story gets told, and history doesn't repeat itself. And and nowadays it seems like they're trying to bury a lot of history, which is really sad. Right here at the front desk in the lobby here, this is actually where they would have stored the arms and ammunition back in 1775. So right here, could you just imagine? Like, obviously it didn't look like this at all. Now, the British, they were searching places to find, arms and ammunitions, and they never found this one, which is really interesting. Such a gorgeous place. And there's been a lot of famous people that have stayed here. I know Jacqueline Kennedy stayed here. Henry David Theodore stayed here for a couple years. And some ex-presidents, a lot of really famous people. I mean, we're only about 15 minutes outside of Boston, Massachusetts here, so we're pretty close. I'll tell you something, I caught something super strange in here earlier. I was doing a live stream earlier, and we came in this room. We looked around, there was nothing. We went downstairs. We came back up, and we came up here, and it was so loud. We heard a sounded like water was running, but it didn't start raining from the 2 minutes that we were outside and came back in. But there was water pouring down from up, like right above here. I think it came right from here, as a matter of fact. Actually, can you see the... Oh yeah, it doesn't probably look too good. They probably replaced that recently. But it was dripping right here. I don't get it, because, like, unless somebody's toilet overflowed, like, how was it that we were in here? And literally 2 minutes later, like, it's raining inside of here. It was really, really strange. And it wasn't raining outside at the time. So, I don't know. I have to look at the comments on the live stream to see if anyone figured that one out. But if I can, I'll show you a clip of that. Definitely interesting. Now, I heard they got some good breakfast here in the morning. And considering it'll be morning soon, or kind of already is. And the room that we're staying in is room 24. And if you look up any of the haunted history of this place, you'll see room 24 is definitely the most haunted. As a matter of fact, it used to be the operating room when this place was a hospital. And last time my friends Lou and Lucid stayed here, people here were so nice, they let them look at the most haunted room the next morning, which was room 24. And they went there and they found something really interesting. And I'll see if I can find a clip. Right there on the floor, it looked like somebody had poured salt, and like the salt had already been vacuumed up, but it's like it changed the color and it was a pentagram. Now, I asked Lou and Lucid, they looked already in our room and they said you can see it very faintly, but you can still see it.
And you see the lines really faint.
My coworker had it darker, quite darker.
Darker?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't think this is actually where they serve breakfast. I think it is one of the breakfast areas, but they have like 3 different rooms that are very similar to this. Let's see what's over here. I didn't even see anything. Oh. Wait. What is over here? Is this like the restaurant bar area? Okay, so it looks like they have like some different areas to eat. Well, this definitely looks more like a restaurant. And I know they have a bar somewhere. I wonder if the restaurant is haunted. Is there any spirits down here? Are you haunted? I'm thinking about, like, Lou and Lucid are sleeping in the room. They went to sleep maybe like an hour ago. They were super tired. Me and Lou filmed that whole video earlier, and Lucid's been hanging out here doing some stuff. But I'm thinking about, instead of going back to the room and getting some sleep, I'm thinking about staying up, and maybe we'll walk over to North Bridge as well as Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. By the way, you don't have to say it. Yes, I need to shave. They're like, oh, James, you're growing out your beard again? I'm like, no, actually, I broke my razor, so. Is this like another room over here? Couldn't tell if that was like a mirror or something. So that must be their kitchen over there. Wonder if this was actually part of the original building or not, because I know they actually added on to this, I believe in the 1800s, and this place didn't even become a hotel until I think 1881. But definitely a cool little place for sure. Like, I love the look of the dark wood and stuff in here. Definitely looks good. All right, let's go into another room and see what else. What the hell? That definitely came from this direction. Wait, is there? Wait. Can't even see. It came from over here somewhere. Oh, what the fuck? What the hell? Dude, that's crazy. I literally heard like something tapping. It sounded like on that table. But I don't know what that noise was. It came from somewhere down here. Or back there. That's still the same part, I guess, of the restaurant. Did you hear that? Nice little conference room right there. I wonder if they have, I guess the basement is where the morgue is or was. All right, let's go find something. What is in here? Oh, check this out. Whoa. Are they building like a new room? Oh, Oh my God, I was not expecting that thing to drop like that. Wow, this looks really nice. I love it with the windows in here. I don't think they could make this. I mean, I guess they could make this into a room, but maybe this would be more of a common area, maybe another part of a restaurant. I don't even know, because it is close to the restaurant area. I was gonna say it can't be a bedroom because there's no bathroom, unless there is a bathroom. What did we just find? I mean, when in Rome, I mean, when have I ever said no to a freaking basement? Okay, I was not expecting that. I was expecting like a bathroom. Dude, this is creepy. I wonder what they used this for back. Jeez, what they used this for back in the days. Gotta watch my head. Obviously now they use it for like maintenance and stuff. Wow. Yeah, so I guess they actively use this. Flammable, keep away. Yeah, we don't want to mess with that. Wow. Alright. Is there anything here that you want us to see? Nothing? Ow. Twice. I did that now? To myself? What the heck? Where does this go to? You know, I'm just curious now. I just don't want to go into somebody's office. I don't think that's where it brings us. There's file cabinets over there. I don't think I should be going this way. I don't think so, but I'm doing it anyways for you. Because maybe there's something cool. And hopefully I don't get in trouble. What the hell was that? I'll tell you one thing. Somebody like me, as tall as I am, could never work down either. Okay, I'm getting out of here. I feel like I'm pressing my luck. Okay, I'm gonna get out of here. This is what happens when you're 6'5" and you go in basements. Okay, exit. Wait. Oh, that's not the exit I'm looking for. What the heck happened to the door? Okay, I'm confused. This way? Yeah. Okay. So, it's not a bathroom. Okay, so downstairs over here, and this is like the opposite side of where our room is and where we're staying. But I found it very interesting because, and I wish more places would do this, they have doors in between like the main areas. So if people are coming in or out, or people make a lot of noise in one side, you know, it keeps them quiet. Like these are offices and stuff right here. I do believe there's some rooms here on this side too. But yeah, so really not much to see over here. And this is just, I believe, the side, maybe it's the back. But now that there is some sun, and you guys can see a little bit, this is how big it is, the Concord Inn. Like we were just right on this side over here. So this is the new side. You can obviously tell this is part of the what they built. I believe it was in the late 1800s. They could have updated it by then, But obviously that is much different than over there. Can we just take a moment and just say, what beautiful flowers you have. Like, wow. I am not a flower person. If I was to guess, I would say those are white carnations. But again, I'm not a flower person, so comment below and tell me I'm wrong. Like, there's so many other like cool buildings out here. Like, look how old this stuff is. What is that right there? The 1780 house. Yeah, everything out here was built, you know, definitely in the early 1700s. Just a super crazy story. I mean, could you imagine being here April 19th, 1775? The bridge is right down that way. Lexington is right down that way. Can you imagine people either running or coming by horseback saying, the Brits are coming? Isn't it the Yankees are coming? The Brits are coming? I don't know. But that's when they started the war. And that same day, you know, the doctor that owned this house, he opened it up as a field hospital, and I'm sure he got to working right away. I'm sure he was super busy. At this house, what a gorgeous house. So technically I was wrong. The other way that went that way, technically it would lead you to the river, but the actual bridge, you have to access it this way. So I think it says it's 11 minutes away as a walk. So I think we're going to take an 11-minute walk and we're going to check it out. Unfortunately, I only have 39% battery left on my phone. So I guess when we get there, I'm not going to be able to film too much. Especially since I know Sleepy Hollow is right next to there. But I know my buddy Lou and Lucid want to go to the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery as well as the bridge too. But I don't know. Maybe catch it during sunrise, and you never know, sometimes you can catch shadow figures and stuff, you know, while the sun rises. Look at that house. Wow, dude, that's a spooky, cool looking house. Where these houses up here, they just have the most beautiful flowers. Look at that, isn't that crazy? But another interesting fact, what came right before the American Revolutionary War? What kind of set that off? I'll let you comment below before I give you the answer. It was the Boston Tea Party. That's right. And what's really interesting about that is Boston is only 10 to 15 miles, I think, south or southeast from here. So Boston's right around the corner. And yeah, that's kind of how it started. The British wanted to tax, you know, the tea. And obviously people didn't want to stand for that. And look what ended up happening. We had... And it's funny too, because more people died in the American Revolutionary War than any other war that the United States have ever been in per population. So not overall the amount of total people, but for the population, it was the #1 war where we lost the most amount of people. Pretty sad. The flowers though, the flowers. Beautiful. Love the landscaping here. I don't think we could have a lot of that in Florida. It's too dang hot. Although it's been hot all around the country lately, so I don't know. This spooky little forest here. I was looking over and I was like, what is that? And I think the river, I believe it's a river, is right on the other side of this over here, and then the bridge should be right there as well. So we're just about there. I'm thinking like it's probably zoned for wildlife. I'm sure you probably can't cut into this or do anything to this, which is cool. I mean, look how amazing that is. Could you imagine if you were a kid and your house was like right here across the street? That'd be like the coolest freaking forest ever. Like, I remember as a kid going in the forest and making things up and building tree forts and stuff. Like, God, that was so much fun as a kid. And I feel like kids nowadays, they don't get to enjoy the outdoors like we did when we were younger. And it's a shame too, because I have such great memories playing with friends and you know, doing like laser tag and, you know, what was it, flashlight tag, manhunt, cool things like that. So right when we get right there, we're gonna take a left, and the bridge is right over there. I'll tell you though, first of all, keep your eyes open when we're on that bridge for anything. Second, this is like kind of emotional for me. Like, wow. I try to sometimes picture myself back in time, you know, kind of retracing the steps of people back then, and I couldn't imagine how scared the people were. I mean, here you are, you don't have any idea how small or how big this is about to be, but you have the British troops, and they had more troops than we did. I think that first day, I want to say they killed 40, there was like 70 British soldiers that was killed and 40 soldiers, you know, on the other side. And man, I can just imagine when people found out that we went to war with the Brits and they came right here, probably carrying their muskets. Because you got to remember, back in the day, they didn't really have, you know, much as firepower and ammo and stuff. I keep hearing something. I think it's over there. Yep, this is definitely it. No vehicles beyond this point. I'm sure there was a lot more vegetation on both of these sides back then. Imagine a young boy, you know, shoot, there's some of them were 13, 14 years old out here with a musket trying to protect their family. And a lot of them ended up losing their lives. But I imagine they were walking this way, waiting for the enemy to start firing upon them. Oh, I didn't know it's a covered bridge. Wait, what am I looking at here? Is that, well, let's go find out. What the hell kind of animal makes that noise? Please. Holy shit! I don't know if that's an alligator or what. I never heard that. Welcome to Old Mains. Stone throws away from the Old North Bridge, so this isn't the North Old Bridge. So where is the Old Bridge? Maybe walk around this? Do y'all see a bridge over there somewhere? I think I see it. Nope. That is not a bridge. Okay, so apparently I had to walk just a little bit more. But this is interesting because I guess that house right there belonged to Nathaniel Hawthorne. I'll have to do a little research to see who Nathaniel is. But they must do some really cool little reenactments and ceremonies out here. Especially, I'd imagine, on April 19th. I don't know if you guys can see the bridge yet, but say I take the next left and it's right there. So apparently Nathaniel Hawthorne was an American novelist. And I do know that this area is really famous for its authors, especially the Colonial Inn. Apparently there's been, I think, like 10 major authors that have been there.
Turn left onto Old North Bridge.
Okay, all right. I'm ready. But yeah, a lot of different authors have written books there and here. Like a lot. Wow, look at this. Holy guacamole. I'm so glad I came now. Look at the fog on the lake over there. Oh man. There's such just a heavy feeling here. I didn't think I'd have like a heavy feeling, you know, here, to be honest with you, but look how gorgeous this is. Holy crap. Like, this is really neat. And I know the cemetery is right around here somewhere too. I'm not quite sure where, but maybe we'll go take a look at that afterwards. But wow, this is super gorgeous. I'm gonna have to get a picture back there. It's just an unreal feeling here. So this is weird. What do we got going here? I'm not quite sure what this is. Almost like a little, oh, it's a statue, okay. See, sometimes James' blind ass has to get a little bit closer because he can realize what's actually happening. So yeah, I'm glad they have a memorial here. I wonder how many people died here in the city. So this is where the British side would have met with the colonial side, you know, made up of rebels. And really what it is it was the 13 colonies of North America, and that's who basically went up against Great Britain, and thank God we won, and we have a United States that we can live in and be free, at least some of us. I know some of you guys are watching that don't live in the US, but this was the bridge. I wonder if they were just like shooting on the banks. You know, God, could you imagine if there was like video footage of it back then? People set up over here and they have like little things to protect themselves. Probably dug some trenches or something over here. But I mean, like my buddy Lou said earlier, you would have had better luck at killing somebody if you threw the gun at them. I mean, you had like a little pea shooter. I mean, these things, you had a musket, but these muskets, like, they weren't very accurate. And to be able to shoot from one side to the other, and you're talking, what, a good, maybe, I don't know, 200-300 feet across, you would have barely no chance of actually hitting somebody. So no wonder the war went on for 8 years. But wow. I've been on a lot of bridges, but I think this is by far the most historical one of them all. Although this is not the actual bridge that was here back then. I'm sure this bridge has been replaced many times since then. Just like the Colonial Inn, they that property right there where it sits, first built 1716. Can you imagine that? 1716. And ever since, there's been something right in that spot, which is really cool. I wonder if this is just like, I guess this is just all parks and land back here. I think they call it Minute Maid Park or Minuteman Park. And the Minuteman had to do with the people from the war. Wow, look at that. Let's see if we can see what it says. By the rude bridge that arched the flood, their flag to April's breeze unfurled. Thought that was gonna rhyme. Here once the embattled farmers stood and fired the shot heard round the world. Wow, that's just amazing. And yeah, they were rebels, they were farmers, you know, they were everyday people that didn't want, you know, Great Britain to come in here and take over. Wow. I mean, talk about a huge area to have a battle. Like, this is it, huh? This is literally it. You know, I've been to Gettysburg's battlefields, but this is different. This just feels so much different. I mean, we were fighting for our country. Like, we wouldn't have our independence if this didn't happen. If this didn't go so, I don't know if I would say it went so well exactly, but very interesting. So this is where the British side was. And the day before this all happened, on April 18th, 1775, the British colonel, his name was Colonel Gage, he actually sent 700 troops right here to Concord Now, they sent them here to actually look for military stores, supplies, ammunition, anything they could get. They were to seize it all. And what ended up happening is they knew that those 700 soldiers were coming here. Now, I think there was about 200 of them on the actual day. Now, what actually happened was the other 400 got sent into the actual town to start looking for these things. Well, apparently there's a fire that started, and the militia started yelling and screaming that they're burning our houses down. They're burning our houses down. When they did that, the British side was over here. They were all staged up in here. And what's pretty crazy is colonial side, which was over there, they said that the British fired first. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. What's what they say. It's all like a lot of secondhand stuff. But I do know that the first person that died was shot was British. And this spot right here is where he was shot and where he was killed, right in this very spot, which is pretty interesting. That's the Minutemen up there. And the Minutemen worked with the militia, worked with the farmers, worked with the 13 colonies. And they were the, I guess you would consider them kind of more like the, you know, the most professional soldiers, or the, you know, the higher ranked soldiers. But they sent them here to look for whatever they could. And they also told them, the general told them, that it's very important that they seize both this bridge, which is the North Bridge, and the South Bridge, which is a couple miles away. First shot rang out about 9 a.m. in the morning. And I believe it lasted for a few hours, because by noon that day, the British retreated and they went back to Boston, which was about a 15-mile hike. And they lost a lot of soldiers on that hike back to Boston, because there was people from the militia that were shooting at them their whole way back. And who knows if there's people even following them, I don't know. But what I found really interesting is after they went back, the colonists said to head back into town. Now, go east back into town, and where they actually congregated at was right there in front of the Colonial Inn where we're staying at. So they took this walk after fighting that fight. I'm sure they kept a certain amount of soldiers here to make sure, you know, they kept the bridge, even though the British soldiers, they took off. They went back to Boston, and that was just the beginning. 8 years later, they finally ended the war, and they signed a treaty. I think it's called the Paris Treaty, and the rest is history. So I found out the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. It's about 3/4 of a mile down that way. I actually thought it was back over here, but it's actually closer back to the hotel we were at. It might actually be right there. So I'm gonna head on back. I think it's about 9 o'clock in the morning. Nope, it's 6:30 in the morning. I've been up all night. That's right, all night, as you guys probably know, because you've been watching my video. Well, we're checking out of the old hotel right now, and we are gonna go over to the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. Definitely wanted to check this out before we head out of town. So we're gonna do that right now. And yeah, I'm excited to go check it out. And I'm also excited to go see the barber, because I am looking so rough. I was watching myself from my live stream last night. I'm like, James, you look awful. You look awful. Really bad. Looks like they're having like a little event here. Maybe like a woman's tea party or something. That's really cool. I just went up there and there's tons of ladies up there. All right, fam, we made it to the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery. Super cool. Like, look at this. Lou said, like, there's tons of big trees that just hang over, and it's really cool. Now, I don't want you guys to get this confused with the Sleepy Hollow. There's two Sleepy Hollow cemeteries, one here, right here in Concord, and another one that's in New York, and that's the one with the Headless Horseman. That is not this Sleepy Hollow. This is pretty much full of Concordians, people that passed away that lived in Concord here, and a lot of famous authors I don't know what it is about this area and the cemetery, but there's like an author's like row here of like super famous authors. I wish I knew like a lot more, about that kind of stuff. Although I am getting into it. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you are not following me on Instagram or Twitter, you couldn't possibly know this. Although I did put a YouTube post out. But I've been keeping a secret for about 7-8 months. I started writing a book. That's right. I thought about it. Basically in the beginning of the year, I said, you know what? I'm just going to go for it. There has been just, like, you guys know how crazy my life has been from what you guys know. I feel like that's 2% of the craziness that's happened in my life. And you guys don't even have any clue some of the crazy things that I've went through in my life. Some of the things that I've had to overcome. Some of the tragedies that I had to deal with. People coming in and out of my life. There's just so much. And there's honestly a big life lesson that would really inspire me to write this book. Something that happened to me several years back, way before I started doing YouTube. Something that changed my life, and not for the good. And it's something where I felt like I was conned, I was swindled, I was cheated. And it's absolutely mind-boggling what happened to me, and it's happened to so many other people out there. And one night I just thought, you know what, if I write this book and it inspires just 1 or 2 people to not make the mistakes that I did, not fall for the crap that I fell for, and to have a good positive outlook on life, then it was worth it. I don't care about selling a bunch of copies, or I don't care about famous stuff. Like, it's just, I'm just writing a book. And I'm really excited to put it out eventually. I'm going to need to find an editor because, to be honest with you, my grammar ain't the best. So I need someone to kind of rewrite it in a more sophisticated way, if that makes sense. And probably change a lot of, punctuations, abbreviation. Anyhow, comment below. Would you like to, read my book once I get it out? Let me know in the comments. Would you buy it? Louis, is this the cemetery, Louis? Bro, it's beautiful. Now, you guys came here at night, right?
Yeah.
And you are definitely afraid to come back here at night, apparently. Something super crazy happened to you, huh?
Well, when we were here, look at the trees in front of you.
Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Over the road, right?
Uh-huh.
And when we were here, it was so windy that the trees were bending.
Oh, wow.
To the point where, if you look, we're under every bit
Yeah.
of death here.
It's really nice. I love the shades.
These are all dead trees here that are just ready to fall down. These ones are falling down off the side of a mountain. Imagine being here and the trees are just doing
Right?
this with the wind back and forth.
Wow, somebody had their tomb literally built into the side of this.
Yep,
This hill?
That's a family plot.
Oh, wow. It's so far just kind of like driving through. This is very unique. And it's huge, bro. Like, this is a big cemetery, ain't it?
Yeah, if you look at them stones. Those stones are, I don't even know what they're made out of. Probably slate, but they've got to be.
Oh, on top there?
Yeah, right up there. You're looking at.
Yeah, on the top?
I would guess without seeing the dates on them, I'd say 200 years old, maybe more.
So, do you think anybody from, like, the Revolutionary War is here? Or probably not, right?
All over the place.
Because that would be that'd be the late 17...
Yeah, you're even
well,
talking about some of
1770s, 1780s?
some of the first writers, some of the best writers in the world are buried here.
Yeah?
Like Henry Thoreau built a cabin right there on that lake and just wrote masterpieces. And
What's he most famous for?
he was somebody who thought outside of the box way before the box was invented.
Yeah, so he was like ahead of his time, huh?
Way ahead of his time.
You think we can climb up this?
Yeah, definitely.
Ooh. Piece of cake. Race it to the top. Yeah, I bet you it's a totally different feeling being here at night.
Alright, I'll really stop at these ones here. I guess 200 years old.
Okay.
Alright, I was way off.
They're older?
Nope.
Newer?
This one was from 1918.
Okay. Well, I'm sure there's sections that's, like, this place is so big, there's probably sections that are, you know, older. Did my research. 1823 is when this place was initially built. So you can actually still get buried here today. It's completely active. I mean, this place is absolutely humongous. I'm not really gonna take too much time and show you guys all around here. It's cool checking out Concord. Big shout out to my boy Lou Rock over here for sharing all these amazing locations. Definitely was cool. Super happy that we found that awesome abandoned asylum last night. If you guys didn't see that video, definitely check it out. It's really, really awesome. And Lou put out a video there too. It's really cool. He's the only one that went in the attic, which is cool. Anyhow, we are headed back to Lou's house. I got 5 more days here in Massachusetts before I head to go spend some time with my kids, taking our first vacation in years. Really excited. Matter of fact, what makes me really excited is that my kids have been calling me and they're really excited. And I haven't heard them excited for anything in a very long time, and something's crawling up my neck. Anyhow, guys, make sure you check out my friend Lou Rock and Lucid Rock. Links will be in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely not our normal haunted type video, but very cool, very historic. If things would have went just a little bit differently, we might not be living in the United States. Who knows what we'd be living in now. Anyhow, I love you guys. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you on the next one, guys. Love you. Till next time. Peace. Yeah.